So United have to get some sort of foothold or momentum into their season, and certainly that's improving their home form. Still use question marks over the midfielders and defensively, whatever. But you got people like Bruno who can get you out of jail every now and again. And obviously, it does help when you get a helping hand from Chelsea's decision making, particularly from the goalkeeper. But it's an important win, and it just hopefully gets United, particularly new players to the club, when they can win at Old Trafford and get a bit of excitement, going, yeah, this is good. You know, winning gives you that good feeling. And certainly the manager would feel better for it, because after the City game, we were all there to criticise it wasn't good enough. But a few wins, bit of confidence, momentum, and hopefully they can build on that. But a long way back, obviously.
I just want to go back to Chelsea, Kelly, actually, because I said about the manager didn't cover himself in glory, maybe, you know, with the changes he made in the first half. It was a bit messy, but listen, you're down to 10 men, you lose the game. And I think Chelsea supporters now at the moment think I've got it in for them, because he made them as a big argument a few days ago. But I actually think the manager's done a brilliant job since he's been there. I mean, he's coming in year one. He's got them Champions League football. They were never in contention for the title. So Champions League football through the league. He's won the competitions he was in. Does brilliant to, you know, not just beat Paris Saint-Germain, but really, you know, take them to the cleaners in the World Club Championship. My criticism with Chelsea is the actual 3.5 years they've been there in terms of a club, and how you can still have that team. And we're saying no chance for the league. And Chelsea fans know that. If you go back to Chelsea teams winning the league, who did they have as goalies? Cech and Courtois. That just tells you all you need to know as a Chelsea fan. And my big problem with Chelsea is how, nothing to do with Maresca as such, but how 3.5 years in, but the money that's been spent, you turn up to Old Trafford with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs that you've got. That just, it can't win you the league. There's no league in 100 years where the standard of those players in those positions for Chelsea right now can win the league. It just can't happen.
But they can finish potentially in the top four. Where can Manchester United finish? Justin, I think it feels like it changes every week. And I feel like we're asking you the same question every week.
No, I'm going to stick with what I kind of said at the start of the season. I still think about 8 or 9 would be decent for United. I really do. Again, you turn up every week, you're not sure what you're going to get. Obviously, it helps when the goalkeeper gets sent off. And you've got people like Bruno, but I still think that's not enough. I still think United are looking at maybe 8 or 9.
So in one sense, it's a bit similar, but of course it's much, much bigger here. They analyze everything you do. But that's the way it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it isn't my number one priority to read everything that's being said or what people write. It's just think about the things you can control and do those things right. Arsenal fans might well argue that it's not the big games the team have struggled with in recent seasons. Up until Dominic Soboslai's excellent late winner at Anfield, Mikel Arteta's side were actually on a lengthy unbeaten streak in those matches. The games against the mid-table teams that set up to frustrate Arsenal have generally been the problem fixtures, holding the team back from league titles. Yet on Sunday at least, the goal for Gyökeres will be to score against a top side in Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. So far, meaning the only player in the league to score more is Manchester City's Erling Haaland with 5. A tasty statistic considering the two will face off against each other on Sunday afternoon. Yet Gyökeres has still had vocal critics in his early days in North London, in part because his goals came against Leeds United and Nottingham Forest, and not Manchester United and Liverpool. It's obviously harder to score away from home against the Big Six teams, no matter who you are. It's just inevitable you'll have fewer chances and less control of the game when you play against better teams, which does impact strikers. The question marks will remain until Gyökeres proves he can step up and score in those games as well. But the player himself told Sky Sports this week that he's not going to listen to all the critics. You have to believe in yourself and keep going, no matter what happens, whether that's on the pitch or outside, Gyökeres said. I don't think you have to take in what everyone around you says. You don't have to listen to everything you hear. When I played in Portugal, there was also a lot of scrutiny. They live for football there as well, Gyökeres reflected. So in one sense, it's a bit similar, but of course it's much, much bigger here. They analyze everything you do. But that's the way it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it isn't my number one priority to read everything that's being said or what people write. It's just think about the things you can control